recent role change triggers a call from this veteran's agent. The player assures his representative that he's okay with the change.
Afternoon baseball here on the show. Now at the plate, Victor Sanchez, and we are ready for some daytime baseball. First offering on its way. A high fastball is in there.
0-1 pitch, 105.
And he falls behind 0-2. Can't quite get the low outside corner there. It's 1-2. And just a Chamber of Commerce afternoon for baseball. 82 degrees here at first pitch. A bouncer to the left side. He's got it. And the throw to first is in time. One gone. Digging in now, David Zavala, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Too high, 1-0. And there are the umpires working this one. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Patrick Johnson.
Yeah, Dan, we got Patrick Johnson behind the dish tonight. Fairly standard strike zone most of the time, but he's definitely a pitcher's umpire.
I always felt like this. He'll give a little bit on the corners, both inside and outside. I think he's a fair umpire, but I would rate him more as a pitcher's umpire than a hitter's umpire.
Grounded weakly down the line toward third. And that's the second out. In now, Mikey Batista. He'll get to take his first cuts here. No balls and a strike to count. Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. 2 balls and a strike to the Mariners' first baseman. And he lays off again, ball 3.
This is a good at-bat so far here with 2 away. If you're going to go down 1, 2, 3, at least make the guy work for it. He's doing that, and he's even
got him looking, and that'll do it. The inning is over. Mariners are down in order. Now it'll be the Giants' turn. No. Stepping into the box, Andy Gary. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1.
Gary.
Nearly got the inside, but ruled a ball. Takes this the other way to right. Worley is there, 1 away.
Good contact to start out the inning. Thought he might be on base with some sort of a hit, but it hung up there too long. Just unlucky that time.
William Hawk stands in as he looks at a called strike. That fastball was a lively one. You could hear the pop of the glove all the way up here.
Hey, I admit I'm a little biased. There's nothing better than that pop of a glove on a good fastball. Looking forward to hearing a lot more of that pop the rest of this one.
Down the third baseline.
He's got that certainly timed up now. I'd be shocked if the pitcher goes to the well 3 times in a row with off speed.
1-2 the count to the Mariners shortstop. Hard hit ball to short. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
Nice effort by the shortstop right there. Kept it in front of him. That's all he could do right there, Dan.
You know, dealer in a spot like that, that's an infield single. That's a tough play. Just to knock that ball down was a pretty good job. But any way you look at it, that should be scored a base hit, and I'm sure it was.
I got 2-1.
Forkball close, but it's 2-1. And he misses low here, so the count goes to 3-1.
No reason to sit on anything other than the hard stuff in a location you like and drive it right now.
Hawk, a runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Strike 3 called on the slurve that time, and there are 2 down.
Runner on first in a double play situation, so you expect to see a lot of pitches down in the zone. So I think that pitch up right there was a good one. Obviously, the double play is more efficient, but you're always going to take a K when you're on the mound.
The catch.
Stepping in now, Mike Torres. Worley will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. So no run. Settling in now, number 23. He stands in for the first time in this one.
Number 23.
From the belt, kicks and deals.
Ball, that's upstairs. No, that's low.
My bet is he's getting the take sign now on 2-0. If he's having a hard time throwing strikes to the pitcher, you might as well let him work himself into trouble.
Get a good one up there, huh?
3-0 now.
It's amazing how guys can lose focus sometimes when the weaker hitters come up, especially the pitchers. You got to stay on the attack and minimize pitches and get these guys out in a hurry.
3-1 the count now. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. Lots of possible outcomes on this pitch.
And strike 3 called as he says, you got to be kidding me. Leading off the inning, John Riggs, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Pitcher wants to have a quick inning right here, capitalize on the momentum his batters have.
2-0 now. Swung on, missed. 2-1. In there, and it's even now. 2-2. Not where he wanted that fastball to be, and it's 3-2 now.
You do not want to walk the 8-hole hitter. It just opens up so many options. Do we bunt him over to second with the 9-hole hitter? Do we try and play for that big rally with the top of the order coming up? This is a huge pitch. You can't allow this guy to walk.
Batting 9.
And they indeed have the pitcher bunting here as he gets this one down. And an off-balance throw is in time as he takes one away. Wow. Ready for another chance? Victor Sanchez. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. The 1-0 home. A swing and a miss, strike 1.
Hey, we got one.
Now a slurve is looked at here for strike 2.
Count is 1 and 2.
And this one's in the dirt, but it won't skip away far enough for the runner to advance. Hit hard on the ground to second. And the off-balance throw beats him at first, and that's a tough play. Striding into the box, David Zavala, runner in scoring position with two gone.
Zavala.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
Ball, that's outside.
We got 2 outs here with a runner at third. Just missing here, 2-0.
Now 2-0 with a great hitter up, a runner on third and 2 outs. This is not the spot where you want to be challenging a hitter like this. This is where you have to pitch very careful.
Slapped hard the opposite way. And a base hit, and that'll get the run in from third.
No runner, eat it.
Outside of taking a ball in the seats, Dan, these were my favorite knocks to get. 2 outs, man on third, and you're able to upset that entire team, including that pitcher, with a late 2-out ribby knock.
It's so frustrating from a pitcher standpoint, D-Roy. You're in trouble. You're one pitch away from getting out of some trouble. Make one bad pitch, a base hit. The inning continues, and another run batted in.
And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes, he did. It's ruled a strike.
Here we go,
A runner on first with 2 away. Heading out towards shallow right. Worley will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. A run. Leading off the inning, Andy Gary, and they'll need him to get something going here. 1 ball, no strikes to count.
Gary.
Fouled off. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. 50th pitch of the game on its way. A knuckle curve there, and he thought he had him, but it's 2-2.
I don't blame the pitcher one bit for trying to get the chase right there. He's been fouling everything off. He's still got the entire arsenal open to him, so we'll see what pitch he comes with next.
Count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And he's just going to make him throw as many pitches as he can as he fouls another one away, and it's still full at 3-2. And he lays off there, ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here to begin stanza number 4.
Yeah, and as a starter, the last thing you want to do is let a team answer when your guys just scored a run for you. So he's thinking ground ball right here to try to get a double play and end this threat.
Now at the plate, William Hawk. Knuckle curve down below the knees, 1-0. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Boy, not exactly what you'd like as a pitcher. One of the keys is to minimize your pitches, attack the strike zone early, a lot of deep counts, and working himself into a lot of trouble.
Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. I tried to jerk that one, and it's 2-2. Sent out to straightaway center field. Hannawell will settle under it to make the play for the first out, as the runner will have to head back to first. Into the box now, Felipe Cuevas, and he's about as dangerous as they come. Without a doubt, he's one of the true icons in the sport today. Here's the first pitch to him.
Ball 1.
That's wide, 2-0.
Clearly working the bottom of the zone, trying to get a ground ball for a double play.
And he has a cut at that one, but misses 2-1. There's a breaking ball that couldn't quite catch the inside.
Team's been struggling on offense. Let your D work for you right here. Pound the zone.
Fastball, strike 3 called, as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away. Pretty clear he didn't like the call there on the outside part of the plate, but probably too good to take, and he's down on strikes for the second time.
Yeah, that pitch was right on the black. Beautiful pitch. And even if we had robot umps, he'd still be out. But the only difference would be he wouldn't be able to complain about it.
He's 0 for 1 thus far. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. This one is fouled away up to the concourse area. 3-1 is our score here in inning. And whoa, this is off the third base bag. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. 1 left. At the plate, number 23 comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First delivery to him on the way. Cold strike at the letters, 0-1. 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors on the Giant ledger to this point. Hit on the ground to short.
You can beat it. Move.
Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Gus Marin will come on and pitch for the 7th time. In a close game like this, you look for that one guy who produced when it mattered most, and this is the guy. He's our
An agent checks in with a client currently in the minors. An off-season check-in. With the arrival of another spring, teams gather to gear up for a brand new season.
Your
Number
attention,
23 is on, and
please.
he'll take over on the mound in relief.
Number 23.
Ready once again, Oliver Gonzalez. And clearly this is a critical moment in this ball game. Go ahead run at third with one away. And here's a fastball called for strike one.
Here we got one.
Runners are at the corners with one man out. Checks his swing, but this will be strike two called.
Big pitch coming up right here. He'd love for a ground ball or a strikeout.
Not a bad pitch there with two strikes, but it misses 1-2.
Big spot right here. That's a great pitch to try and see if you could get him to fish outside the zone. He's still in the driver's seat right now, and I'd expect something else to miss off the plate.
Now the 1-2 pitch. Now a line drive to left center field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. Trotting in to score is the runner from third, and they've taken the lead with a run here in the 10th.
Dan, you'll take RBIs any way you can get them, but when they give your team the lead in the late innings, man, that feels good.
Oh, it especially does, especially when you're starting to score runs late in the game off of quality pitching. When runs are at a premium, that's one makes you feel really good about yourself.
Martin Guerrero comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. Way inside with that one. A pretty easy take there.
Clearly working the bottom of the zone, trying to get a ground ball for a double play.
Down and in, not hard to lay off that one, and it's 3-0.
Every base runner in a close game like this really matters, so you can't afford to be giving out free passes this late.
3-1 the count now. Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. Oh, it's on the ground to second. Did he get his double play? On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. So it's 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left. So now we'll see if these guys can get even in the. So the lineup really helped carry them to victory here in this one, and this man was a big reason why. He's our top player of the.
Ladies and
Number
gentlemen,
23 is ready, and he'll take the ball from the manager.
For your Springfield Cardinals, number 23.
Next will be the designated hitter, Ken Herzog. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Aiming for that outside corner, but just missing 2-0.
Nobody here, nobody.
Popped him up. Seda is there.
Mine.
And that's the first out of the inning. Striding in once again, James Weir. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ball game.
Weir.
The 1-0.
That's the ball.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Outside with that delivery, and it's 3-0 now.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
And he lays off, ball 4. Now the potential go-ahead run is on base here. Bryant Pearson comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. Lifted down the line in left. But this will land untouched. And he missed with it. It's 1-2. He pops it up, and that's in there. Base hit.
No runner, cut it.
Hey, they don't all have to be beautiful. They just have to be base hits, and that's exactly what that was. Soft liner into left field. Nice job.
The center fielder.
Digging in, Kurt Kimball. He flew out in his last at-bat. Reined in to second for 1. Relay to first in time, and just like that, the side is retired. So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Bruno Cortez. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Soroyan has it, and it's a quick out, number 1. So digging in now, Brian Espinoza. Up and in for ball 1. 1 out, nobody on. Not close. It's 2-0. This one's down to third. Scooped up. On to first, and it's a very quick start to the 10th. Already 2 away here. Stepping up now, Oliver Gonzalez. He got called out on strikes his last time through. 0-1 the count. That's lifted the other way out to left. Left fielder giving chase. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. Pretty painless half of the inning, all told. Striding in, Martin Guerrero. Due up are the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, and they're hoping that this is the part of the lineup that can get something going.
Yeah, only 1 run on the board so far for them. They just haven't had consistently good at-bats.
2-0 now. Close there, but he doesn't get the call with the breaking ball. And possibly an interesting development here. It's a leadoff walk to begin the frame in extra innings. Here's the first pitch. Trying to get that go-ahead run to scoring position now as he puts this one down. 1 there, but he'll put this in his pocket and be content with just the 1 out. Here's the first pitch. Popped him up.
Oh, you take it.
Cloutier ranges back, and he has it for out number 2. Digging in, James Weir. There are 2 gone, and the possible go-ahead run at first. Ball 1 to start the at-bat. And he'll just watch that knuckle curve. 1-1. And a half swing here, but this is in there for a called strike 2. High in the air out to center field. Long run for the center fielder. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. So they pick up no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Well, we watched a really solid starting pitching performance, kept the opposition at bay, and as a result, he's our top.
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches. This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs on them. An agent checks in with a client currently in the minors. A coach offers guidance to a developing player. A manager checks in with his ball club. A manager checks in with his ball club. A pitcher is issued a challenge by his coach. An unexpected summons. A AAA manager welcomes a new arrival from AA. The pitching staff is pressed to step up their game. A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches. This manager is hoping to stoke the competitive fire of his pitchers. A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches. This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs on them. In the minor leagues, a lost season is never fully lost because any situation can be a teaching opportunity. A manager checks in with his ball club. A pitcher who's been inefficient from the stretch of late is given a coach-up. This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs on them. An agent checks in with a client currently in the minors. A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches. This team's pitchers are being challenged to ask more of themselves. A pitcher is confronted with a less than stellar stat. A manager checks in with his ball club. A manager checks in with his ball club. A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches. Some may have thought this call would not come again. But this veteran will have at least one more chance to prove he still belongs on the big stage. A manager confronts his pitching staff about an unacceptable team statistic. A coach presses a player to keep raising the bar on the development of his signature skills. A pitcher is encouraged to keep looking for improvement. A coach presses a player to keep raising the bar on the development of his signature skills. A skipper appeals to his players to demonstrate some resilience in how they finish a rough season. An early winter check-in. A general manager calls to tip his hat to a more than worthy veteran player. A good leader gives credit where credit is due. A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches. A pitcher is encouraged to keep looking for improvement. A manager checks in with his ball club. A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches. A manager checks in with his ball club. A major league manager sometimes has to break unwanted news. This player learns he is being returned to the limbo that is AAA baseball. Understandably, he's not happy about it. A manager checks in with his ball club. A pitcher is confronted with a less than stellar stat. This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs on them. A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches. Some may have thought this call would not come again. But this veteran will have at least one more chance to prove he still belongs on the big stage. A manager checks in with his ball club. A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches. A skipper takes a moment to have a little fun with a prolific player on his night of honor. A pitcher is encouraged to keep looking for improvement. A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches. Players are, of course, impacted by their coaches, but the reverse can be just as true. A skipper appeals to his players to demonstrate some resilience in how they finish a rough season. A skipper makes an appeal to his team before their final home series of the season. A decorated career ends where it began, with a call from one of this player's first and best allies. A pitcher is confronted with a less than stellar stat. This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs on them. A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches. A manager checks in with his ball club. A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches. This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs on them. Late in the season and holding a comfortable division lead, a young team is cautioned not to let up. With the team's chances hanging by a thread, this skipper calls for a last stand. With the team's chances hanging by a thread, this skipper calls for a last stand. Being in a hole in a minor league playoff series means an opportunity to teach young men about. A proud skipper addresses a room of young competitors one win away from competing for a league championship. A manager challenges his players to improve their championship odds by seizing a win in a crucial swing game. With one game about to decide a league championship, an experienced manager shares a moment of levity with the young team he has come to cherish. Spring training has come again, and major leaguers begin the process of readying themselves for the challenges of another long season.
Ladies and
Number
gentlemen,
26 gets the call from the bullpen to pitch in relief.
Number 26.
New inning set to get underway, and next to bat will be the first baseman, Preston Hinch. Strike one to start the at-bat. Bounce towards the second baseman. Fielded cleanly, and the off-balance throw gets him. Nice play for the out. Stepping in for the Braves, Tino Macias. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball stays high and misses for a ball.
A couple strikeouts early in the game, but he's done a much better job in this at-bat trying to get ahead and put himself in a good hitter's count.
Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1. And the palm ball is over, and it's back to a full count, 3-2.
Might have been taking all the way right there. That pitch couldn't have split the strike zone any better, and you can bet he wants that one back at the plate.
The next 3-2 gets him looking at the knees for the strikeout.
It's been a rough game for him at the plate. Couldn't get the bat off his shoulder right there, and he struck out twice before that one. So he's going to have a lot to think about when he leaves the ballpark tonight.
Sam Cervantes is next as he finds himself behind 0-1. Barely able to make contact, down 0-2 now. Line drive to center field. Crowder will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. Braves are set down 1-2-3, and this is still a 4. Six to 4 the outcome today. The Atlanta Braves crossed the plate 3 times in the 8th, helping propel them to the win. Number 26 enters from the bullpen to do the pitching.
Number 26.
The next to bat for Atlanta, Marshall Eldridge. He was drilled by a pitch his last time up. No balls and 1 strike.
Eldridge.
Late swing there at the breaking ball. Must have been looking for something else. And they'll try to bounce a curveball on 0-2, but he holds back. It's 1-2 now. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to the Braves catcher.
Man, this at-bat has changed quickly from 0-2 now to 2-2. A good job of plate discipline by this hitter, not chasing those pitches just off the plate.
And he'll put this one away for the first out of the inning. Michael Chang comes on with 1 away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. That evens it up 1-1. Now here's the pitch. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. Reined in. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Terrence Crawford. And an opportunity here for a 4th plate appearance here this afternoon. And you have to say he's really earned it. Now a breaking ball, but it's low. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him. Carlos Alonso is up off the bench as he'll be asked to get.
Well, the tone was set for this game from the very first inning. They came out absolutely banging the ball around and took that great start.
Ladies and
Number 26 takes the mound as he's been called upon to pitch.
Number 26.
Stepping into the box, Mark Bloom, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. 0-1 the count.
Hey, 2 out.
Big spot. 2 out, possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. And this goes right past him. Oh, my, that might plate 2. And the runner from second is in to score. It's a 3-2 ball game.
Boy, not an easy thing to do, Dero, to score. You're down by 1 going into the 9th. Big base hit right there gives them the lead.
Yeah, these are the knocks you remember, Dan. Coming through for the team right here. Down 1 run. Huge base hit right there. Able to drive in a pair. And now they got to lock it down in the bottom half.
1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Hit softly on the ground to first. Scooped up, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So disaster strikes here in the 9th as a late... 3-2 the finish in tonight's game. The San Francisco Giants came through when it mattered in the 9th.